Okay, why did I just get the encoding overloaded message on OBS? I'm literally just streaming my starting soon screen. I should not be seeing that. What have I gone and done since the last stream? What did I do that would cause that?
Way back.
Encoder's the same. It's just a preset. How many tabs of Chrome do I have? Impossible to count. But I suppose I can count if you'd like me to. I have 9 windows open. Let's see, window 1 has 6 tabs. Window 2 has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28 tabs, but then also a folder with more tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 additional tabs in that folder. So 17 plus, what did I say? 18? I've already lost count. See, I told you, literally impossible to count. I don't know. At least 100. Across 9 windows. Well, I could close Chrome, but then I won't have a stream preview. Well, we could try it. Hopefully I just won't need the stream preview. I mean, I've got my OBS preview, so that should be good enough. I just like to have the OBS tab open anyways. But why would that be the culprit? Like, what am I looking for in the task manager? Because Chrome is not overloading anything by the looks of it. My CPU is at 25%, my memory is at 26%, my GPU is at 26%. Like, I don't think Chrome is actually doing anything. I don't really know what I'm looking for, though. RAM and GPU usage. I don't know where RAM is, but the GPU usage seems to be pretty low, so I think I'm fine. I've got a lot of RAM. I think I've got 32 gigs of RAM in this computer, so I don't know. I don't think it's a problem. I'll close it anyways. I gotta use Task Manager to do it. Just force close Chrome because I can't close 9 windows and then expect them all to just open again, so. Okay, Chrome's closed. Okay, so, surprise, doesn't matter how much time I give myself, I'm still not completely ready tonight. Reason being, I can't control when food's ready. Doesn't matter how ready I am. Food's only going to be ready whenever it's ready. So food only just got ready at 7 o'clock, right when I started my stream. So I now have a plate of pizza in front of me as I'm about to stream Xbox. So cool. So now I want to eat food, which is just, you know, go figure. Let's why not just kill 20 more minutes before I actually start playing the game today. Let me get our anime started today. It is called Intrigue in the Bakumatsu? Intrigue in the Bakumatsu? Iron Hanehito? I'm really struggling to read this from here. I can't. It's so small. All right, let's yeah, let me tab over. Where are we? So I would normally go here, but let's just go here for now. Wish I had a wireless controller for my Xbox One. I'm so annoyed. I actually do own 2 wireless controllers for my Xbox One, but my roommate has them. You know, my roommate from a year and a half ago? So annoying. So I've got to borrow my brother's wired controller, and it's not long enough. The wire's not long enough. Okay, so yeah, we could pop open YouTube, I guess. Of course, my my like watch history's still logged in, so it immediately were getting recommended with FNAF videos. I actually thought about maybe watching a FNAF 3 video just showing how to do what we're going to do tonight, beating aggressive nightmare mode. We could watch that, but we could just watch a theory video. Why not? I suppose. Yeah, I saw they had a new channel, but I did not new commands available? Bro, I don't have a microphone connected to my Xbox. That's not gonna work. Go away. I saw that there's a new channel, but I didn't look at it yet. I don't care about fashion. But funny enough, like when they announced that there was going to be a new theory channel, I was convinced. I was like, it can only be one of 2 things. It has to either be science theory, which they've joked about lots in the past, but just genuinely makes a lot of sense. I think like YouTube style videos on just general sciencey things are right up Matt's alley. I'm like, they have to do that. Either science theory or fashion theory. I'm like, Matt cares a lot about fashion and his storefront that he's put a lot of love into. The merchandise they sell there is genuinely amazing, and they've been getting very experimental with the kinds of like stuff that they sell on their merch store. He's been getting more and more into that over the years. I thought that I could see that happening. That's just a weird choice. So I thought it's probably going to be a science theory thing. It has to be. But they actually went with the fashion theory. I wish I made like a hard read on that so I could point and be like, ha ha ha, I predicted it. But also I don't really care anyways. I'm not going to watch a single video there. Really couldn't care. Russia, Ukraine, War Russian? Dude, that sounds like a good watch. Let's see what's going on in Russian, Ukraine, War Russian. World War III, if China gives Russia weapons. Browder? Russia-Ukraine war. Cities light up landmarks. Raise flags. What is going on? Eiffel Tower's blue and white now? It's insane that this is happening somewhere in the world, and I'm just completely oblivious to it. This is peak privileged white man. I just sit here and stream Five Nights at Freddy's on Twitch, and I have absolutely no clue what's happening on the other side of the world. What is going on? Sounds doom and gloomy. Let's watch Food Theory. Yes, an apple a day can keep the doctor away. That sounds really boring, but we could try that. Not about to watch Beauty and the Beast. FNAF set got discovered somewhere in Louisiana? Really? Like the set they're filming the movie on? Bro, FNAF fans are wild. I don't like FNAF fans. I truly don't. I watched Spicy Food Can Kill You. I did not watch This Lemonade Can Kill You. Okay, should we watch Apple or Lemonade? Should we learn about apples or should we learn about Panera Lemonade? I don't know what Panera is. Just another American chain, I guess. We can learn about American fast food or about apples while I eat my pizza. Man, it's just plain cheese pizza today. Nothing else. Alright, Panera.
What do you see when you see you? Some new to you wheels, maybe? We want to help you build the credit to do
Oh, you know what? I gotta
You've got this. We've got you.
turn off the compressor.
What's in your wallet?
Make sure this is loud enough. I think it's loud enough. It's fine. No, I'll turn it up.
I have seen a video circulating online. Sorry, I can't get myself straight right now. I have seen a video
What the heck
circulating
is
online
this?
that says that this lemonade should be illegal. Illegal? I mean, it's lemonade. Lemons are delicious. It's a little bit bitter, a little bit sour. It's great. It is balanced, as all things should be. But illegal? No. Push all of that aside. What they are claiming is that this right here has more caffeine than 4 espressos worth of caffeine. Excuse me. I find that a little hard to believe. But also seems kind of unhealthy. Panera, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? It's time we find out. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, the only show that gets a buzz from being right. No matter if you're a Chipotle Chad or a Baja Fresh Brad, you're gonna wanna pay attention to this one because today we're talking about Panera Bread's newest product, Crack in a Cup. You see, about a month ago, a video was uploaded onto TikTok by a user named Sarah Bouse. In it, she takes 2 minutes to rant about one of Panera's newest menu items, their Mango Yuzu Citrus Lemonade. But this isn't your typical selfie car rant video about restaurant lemonade, my friends. Oh no! This one's a bit unhinged.
I have learned something that should be illegal. 100%.
We're talking
should
about
be
a
illegal.
TikTok today,
so, and it has to do
really?
with this drink. Give me a second. So at Panera. Oh, I cannot get myself straight.
Pretty soon, you start to realize what exactly is going on here.
This is the Mango Yuzu Citrus Charged Lemonade. When I'm sitting there, I'll drink 4 or 5 of these. The regular size has 82 grams of sugar. Let's push that aside. It has 260 milligrams of caffeine. An espresso, I looked it up, has 63 milligrams of caffeine. 63 for 1 shot of espresso.
She's essentially drugged out of her mind on caffeine. Practically leaks through the screen onto your scrolling thumb as she rants. She is literally a real-life version of Tweak from South Park.
I pulled out my hair!
But that's weird, right? A lemonade having over 4 times the amount of caffeine as an espresso? There's no way. I thought this whole thing had to have been a bit. A joke that she was just putting on for the camera to go viral, but no. She was making the video because she legitimately wanted people to know and thought that Panera was breaking the law by not labeling their lemonade accordingly.
I don't have caffeine very much. I thought. I'm not used to caffeine like that, and I feel like the Hulk. Panera, who's gonna create a product with 263 milligrams of caffeine? Look what you're doing.
I could use one of those.
I'm dying.
Also, can I just call out that I love the fact that she finishes this rant with one final slurp? She'd be tripping on that caffeine, but you know she needs to take that final swig. Besides being just pure
I don't
internet
care about
gold,
white
her
girl
claims really
TikTok.
piqued
This
my
is really
curious
lame.
interest. In a lot of cases like this, whether it's hot coffee from McDonald's or random car rants about lemonade, our first impulse is to label the person as kind of crazy, or negligent, or a Karen, or whatever. But history has shown that a lot of times these people wind up being right. So
Well, I'm not switching to apples. I'm just annoyed by how long the intro is.
Restaurant to be her personal WeWork.
It's gonna get good,
No,
I'm sure.
I work in a Panera because I don't
But
have to
this
pay for
is
co-working
this
space,
is
but working at home
excessively
makes me
long
wanna
and
take my own
annoying,
break because
and
I'm alone.
is context that I don't
There's
need.
something else going on here with Panera actively duping people into mega dosing on caffeine. Is the lemonade actually more caffeinated than the coffee? And if it is Panera doing enough to make that fact clear to its consumers? And lastly, is Sarah in this video literally dying of a caffeine overdose? I think we need to look into all of it. What say you, Sarah?
Whoa, this is gonna be a whirlwind.
So looking at the online nutrition facts for Panera's new line of charged lemonades, we see that they come in 3 flavors: Mango Yuzu Citrus, Strawberry Lemon Mint, and Fuji Apple Cranberry. And yep, as Sarah claims, a single serving comes with 350 calories and a whopping 260 milligrams of caffeine, coming from a combination of coffee extract and guarana extract. So she's definitely right about the amounts, but how much caffeine is that really? And what's that gonna do to your body? Well, the first place to start here is with the science. Most of us understand that caffeine is a neurostimulant and vasodilator, which means that the more you
Oh,
drink,
yeah,
the
come
more
on,
your
common
blood
knowledge.
vessels are expanding, allowing blood to rush to your brain and limbs. This blood rush causes you to feel more awake. But if you have too much, you start to feel jittery. Now, Sarah says that on a typical day, she's refilling her cup multiple times.
I'll drink 4 or 5 of these. I was always like, man, when I work at Panera, I feel great.
Running the math, she's been consuming a whopping 1,100 to 1,300 milligrams of caffeine a day. A staggering number when you consider that an average cup of coffee contains between 95 and 140 milligrams. In fact, drinking 4 cups of coffee a day qualifies you as a heavy coffee drinker. And yet, here's Sarah, 4 cups a day is a third of the caffeine that she's consuming through this lemonade. Even if you compare her Panera caffeine intake to energy drinks that hinge on giving you, you know, energy, she's still in the artery melting stratosphere. Those drinks typically contain about 110 milligrams of caffeine for an entire can. Basically, Sarah here's chugging like 11 Red Bulls per day, or 6.5 tall Starbucks dark roasts, or 28 cans of Diet Coke. I'm a Diet Coke addict who drinks way too much, and even I can recognize that that is an alarming amount of soda. It's no wonder that she feels so good working at Panera when she's literally being drugged into believing it gives her supercharged work performance. So Sarah's consuming an insane amount of caffeine.
I don't care about Sarah. Get Sarah out of here.
Is Panera acting illegally in any of this? Is Panera negligent in some way? Should they be doing a better job at telling people what's inside of this stuff? Well, let's actually talk about that. I went to my local Panera and took some photos of the charged lemonade area, and immediately you can see that these aren't marketed as energy drinks. Sure, they're named charged lemonades, but what exactly does that mean? Underneath the flavor heading, there's fine print that says it has as much caffeine as the dark roast coffee, but it's small, and you definitely lost my interest as soon as he started the sentence with plant-based and clean. And yeah, there's the nutrition facts below that, but 260 milligrams of caffeine? What's that mean? Is that a lot? A little? It's unclear unless I'm actively taking out my phone and looking up what that amount is. And again, all of this is marketed under the name lemonade. It's not a drink that you normally associated with being infused with so much caffeine that it pops your eyeballs out of your skull. So the labeling could certainly be doing a lot more to communicate that this stuff is the caffeine equivalent of jet fuel, but it's actually the placement of the lemonade that's even more sus. These lemonade
Come on, man.
These are the bomb.
And they're air popped, not fried.
Popcorners. This is art.
It's
The heck
just
is this?
basic ingredients. No, we don't eat our own supply.
Is this AI generated?
lemonades are located right next to the soda
I
fountain,
gotta
not
question
the
that
coffee
now.
stand.
Was that
Sure, soda
AI?
has caffeine, but not nearly to the level of these lemonades. And perhaps most damning of all, this is historically where the normal, non-caffeinated lemonades have sat for years in the restaurant. I know, because I go to Panera all the time, and I always like trying the new lemonades and teas that sit there. In fact, just like Sarah, before I ever saw her video, I too
That was a
noticed the new
Super Bowl
flavors and
ad?
tried them on a recent visit,
Is
thinking
the Super
that they
Bowl
were just
happening
regular
now, or did it
lemonades and
already
teas,
happen?
Because it's always been just regular tea and lemonade in that area. Granted, my mind didn't melt through my ears because they always tend to have way too many empty calories and sugar for my taste, so I wasn't chugging like 5 cups of the stuff, but still, I am anecdotal proof that the labeling doesn't make it clear what these things actually
Like
are.
2
Overall, there's
weeks
just
ago.
something fishy about all of this. Like, why are they hiding the fact that these are caffeinated
Life just
in
passes
some
me
sort of
by.
tiny print?
Panera, who's gonna create a product with 263 milligrams of caffeine?
Who's gonna do that, you ask? Well, could it be a company that wants to make sure that you feel great, awake, and energized after every trip to Panera, even if you don't quite understand why? Caffeine does have addictive properties after all, and can lead people to developing a dependence. And people on caffeine are more likely to make impulsive decisions, like buying more stuff from Panera. This also isn't the first time a company has done something like this either. Starbucks Refreshers, probably the main competitor to these lemonades, have come under fire recently for how much caffeine is hidden inside a product that's largely aimed at kids on social media. I mean, when you look at the fun colors and the overall marketing, it's hard to deny who these drinks are made for.
This is my new obsession. I may have a problem.
You kidding me? There's another white girl talking about crack lemonade in the car from a different.
Caffeine, so you develop a dependence on these drinks and these restaurants. that
This one
serve
does
them.
kinda
And
suck.
mind you, those refreshers contain almost 6 times less caffeine than the lemonade that's being served at Panera. It's kind of like Panera saw an opportunity and decided to go nuclear with the whole thing. So as we've seen, the charged lemonade caffeine threat is real.
Again,
Seems
I don't even think I
pretty
have
dishonest
Panera in
its marketing,
Canada.
and it seems like there
So I
may
don't know
just
why I'm
be
watching
sinister
this.
intentions behind all of it. But is any of it illegal, like Sarah initially claimed? The
Okay, this
FDA
is where I'm
often works in
interested. Can we
areas
move
where
into the
consumer
FDA, please?
expectations or knowledge don't match the products or how they're marketed. So just what does the FDA have to say about caffeine disclosures? Well, the FDA, as we've talked about in the past, is the organization charged with regulating the labeling requirements for packaged products that you see on grocery store shelves. We know from previous episodes that they care about all kinds of things like sugar and fat and cholesterol, but do they care about caffeine? Oh, you bet they do, especially since the world's favorite little addiction has been up in the ante in recent years. Americans' love of working late, partying hard, and recording all of it for social media clout has led to a lot of caffeination in order for all of us to stay functional, with the biggest caffeine revolution coming from energy drinks starting in the early 2000s. Red Bull has technically been offering us wings since 1984, but it wasn't until it hit the shelves in the US in the late 90s that it really took off, where it replaced coffee for people who, I don't know, want something that tastes even worse than coffee. Stuff is way too sweet for me, honestly, but it did spawn a huge number
Cheap,
of
though.
competitors in the market market,
compared to
including
coffee.
famous energy drinks like Rockstar and Monster Energy. The point is, though, that all of these products are labeled as energy drinks first and foremost, both in their branding and in their labeling. For caffeinated beverages, there are two main pieces of information that are contained on that label. First, serving size, caffeine per serving, per container, or both. This also needs to be printed separately from the nutrition facts so people don't mistake it for just another ingredient. Secondly, the label must include a warning statement, not intended or recommended for children, pregnant or breastfeeding women, or those sensitive to caffeine. These are explicit warnings on the cans to help prevent people who shouldn't be drinking a lot of caffeine from drinking it. And it's not enough just to say how much caffeine's in it, you have to explicitly label it as a high caffeine product that certain people should not drink. Look, it's right there on every Monster Energy drink. It's not huge, and it's certainly not in the same neon letters, but at least you can find it somewhere on there. So how does any of this apply to Panera? Bizarrely, it doesn't. Those labels that you see on energy drinks aren't exactly an age-old policy, and they're not as required as you might assume. Remember when I mentioned that energy drinks surged in popularity in the late 90s after Red Bull came to the US? Well, in that same time period, there started to be more and more incidents of people ending up in the ER from, you guessed it, caffeine overdose side effects. And I don't mean side effects like, oh, I had too much caffeine and energetically danced my way off a cliff. I mean seizures, liver and kidney injury, heart arrhythmia, psychotic symptoms. From 2005 to 2011, ER visits related to caffeine side effects increased tenfold, according to the Journal of Caffeine Research from 2013. Was it all just the result of energy drinks? No. There were also companies at the time that were marketing just straight caffeine powder unregulated as a dietary supplement, which, whoa. I mean, I joke about having an IV of Diet Coke strapped permanently into my arm, but even my caffeine-addled brain can't get behind that one. The FDA didn't take kindly to that one either, and so they cracked down on high caffeine products in 2015 with a warning letter. That's right, not a law, just a strongly worded email. The FDA, for as much as we think of them as this almighty organization smiting food companies down with its ban hammer of government cheese, are actually people who stay out of the issues for as long as they possibly can. Instead of hitting companies over the head with rules that'll likely lead to a lot of litigation, a lot of backlash, and possibly a huge amount of money spent on fighting with said companies, the FDA often opts for more of a come to Jesus moment in the form of warning letters, basically telling companies that if they don't get their act together, they're all gonna be in big trouble, mister. So with caffeine-related health issues on the rise and the FDA getting ready to pounce, American caffeine producers got together and decided to shape up as little as they possibly could. They recognized that in dietary supplements and energy drinks, no one understood how much caffeine they were consuming and what it could do to them. So the American Beverage Association, a group of all the major US beverage companies, started including high caffeine warning labels that you see on all the energy drinks. The actual FDA regulations, though, they end with just including the amount of caffeine in a beverage, nothing else. Those warning labels, they aren't there because of a law, they're there because PepsiCo, Snapple, Coke, Monster, Red Bull, and Rockstar have collectively agreed to play nice in order to avoid future issues and future lawsuits. Well, that might sound like a bunch of companies just doing the bare minimum and only making changes because they want to avoid big smackdown lawsuits. I'm here to say, yeah, that's basically what's happening. But it's still better than what's happening down at your local Panera. You see, while calorie disclosures are typically required at chain or quick serve restaurants like Panera, caffeine labeling is not. You can probably just tell this intuitively. When you walk into a McDonald's, you don't see the caffeine content of each soda listed above its spot in the soda fountain. This is because there's no requirement about caffeine labeling, and the jury's still out about how restaurants should disclose that kind of information. There are some cases that have been made recently, especially outside of the US, that foods in restaurants like McDonald's should be labeled if they contain caffeine, but all that would require is a small label that says contains caffeine. No amounts, no serving sizes, no warnings. This is because more and more companies are sneaking caffeine or energy boosting products into food. Everything from Kashi granola bars to yogurt, because guess what? After you eat it, you feel inexplicably great.
Man, when I work at Panera, I feel great. I feel awesome. I get so much done.
And the next time you want to feel that way again, you'll buy it again. You'll eat it again. But if you don't know what's happening, you don't know that actually you're just being manipulated by micro doses of caffeine. As manufacturers are sneaking energy boosting supplements into their regular products like, I don't know, putting caffeine into a beverage that you would never expect to have caffeine,
Dude, no,
more and
hang
more
on,
people
pause.
are consuming caffeine.
This isn't the first time I've seen this either. I love this. The texture they use on the back there, that metal texture, is actually a generated texture from a video editing plugin. Like, that's not just like a PNG they found and they're using as a wallpaper. That's like an actual texture effect that's meant to be not embossed. What's it called? Video editing terminology, photo editing terminology. I don't know. You like burn the texture onto another asset is the point. It's not really meant to be used raw like that. It's funny though, just that I recognize that because I do video editing, so I know that. And I've seen them use that a couple times. It's funny because you could just find a metal texture that wouldn't be so easily identifiable. But like video editors know this picture. They know that texture. And you're not really supposed to use it in this way.
Without being aware of what that actually means. Speaking of not knowing what it means, let's go back to that charged lemonade label.
With $5.55 at Pizza Hut, you get up to 3 mediums for $5. Delivering.
Label at Panera. It has the calories, which has been required to appear since 2018, and it has the caffeine, like we talked about before. What a conscientious citizen Panera is, right? No. Well, it looks like Panera is going above and beyond by including this. You can view this little hanging tag as a tiny handwritten lawsuit shield. By explicitly labeling the caffeine in these drinks, even if no one understands what it actually means, Panera can attempt to avoid a lawsuit claiming that patrons didn't know how much caffeine they were drinking. I mean, look, it's right there. It's right on the front of the thing that they're filling up their cup with. What they're not making explicitly clear is that
$5 for medium pizza.
Even call it that.
I mean, yeah, but it's probably like 2 toppings.
Monster energy drink, and that's talking
pretty
about
mid.
the small size. The large is equivalent to
Pizza
4.5
Hut.
servings, which is more than 2 full cans of Monster. Every Monster energy drink comes with a warning, but the Panera lemonade just comes with a free refill sign. It's also notable that the large size here contains 390 milligrams of caffeine. That number, I suspect, is very specifically chosen. The FDA states that for adults, 400 milligrams of caffeine is the maximum amount recommended to drink in an entire day before you start seeing negative side effects.
It's $5. It's $25 because you have to get 5 pizzas. You're spending $25. Look, if you already are in a position where you're like, hey, let's get 4 or 5 pizzas for the lads, then yeah, it's a good deal. But you on your own are not like, I could use a medium pizza. Oh, they're only $5. Dope. No. Go to Domino's, get a medium pizza with like 4 toppings for $8. A single medium pizza here is 18 Canadian? What? Move then. Move. Leave. Wherever you live, go somewhere else. That's absurd. $18 Canadian in Canada? You could buy out the Pizza Hut. You could buy the business. You're not... $18 for a single pizza is insane. That's the most Gucci pizza. Like, there's no way. Like, an extra large pizza... I guess there are certain toppings that might really rack up the price. But if you got like an extra large pizza with like shrimp and I don't know, some other junk, maybe that would be $18. But yeah, you'd really have to try to get $18 on a pizza. Typically, if you're spending $18 at a Pizza Hut, it's because you're buying the pizza and the breadsticks and the dessert. That's $18. Or like chicken wings or something, I don't know. Oops, that's not the right control. I got 4 controllers here.
And Panera has conveniently shimmied right in under that limbo stick with 390 milligrams of caffeine in their lemonade. This way, if a patron dies of a caffeine overdose and their family comes back to sue the restaurant, Panera can point to the fact that their serving size is within the FDA recommended limits on caffeine.
You gotta
and
love
the product
that.
was labeled in the restaurant. Truly, Panera is living up to its motto,
389.
as it should be, to avoid federal litigation. But I mean, how big of a problem is this really? Even if people really overdo it on the caffeine, are they risking something more than just some temporary illness? Well, yeah, actually, very much so. We've already talked about the long history of caffeine side effects going back to the early 2000s, but if 25 years of data isn't enough, let's look at where it becomes life and death. According to the FDA, toxic effects related to caffeine, like seizures, can appear with the consumption of around 1,200 milligrams, the amount that we know Sarah from TikTok is drinking. But that's talking about a fully grown, healthy adult with no medical conditions. And by medical conditions, I'm not just talking about something serious like chronic heart disease, I mean the medical condition of being under 18, being pregnant, having diabetes. I mean, the list goes on. Perfectly healthy, normal people with no existing conditions can literally die of caffeine overdose. In 2011, a 14-year-old girl with a heart condition known as mitral valve prolapse died after consuming 2 Monster energy drinks in 24 hours. That's
okay, well, don't do that.
Milligrams of caffeine. The same amount of caffeine that's in just over 1 large Panera lemonade. In another case, a 16-year-old male with no known medical conditions died after consuming a McDonald's latte, a Mountain Dew, and an unnamed energy energy drink in 2 hours, two of which wouldn't have been labeled as containing high
Okay,
levels
don't
of
do
caffeine.
that.
At the end of the day, the public doesn't think of caffeine as a health risk because the vast majority of us still associate it with a couple cups of coffee in the morning or a bottle of Coke here and there. But the fact is, it's almost everywhere and there's more of it around than ever before. It's not required that it be labeled or that restaurants put warnings on products that contain a lot of it, but they should do it anyway, and we as consumers should start demanding it. Whether we want to admit it or not, caffeine is a drug, and it's a drug that's being fed to us more and more without our knowledge. In the meantime, while we're still waiting for better labels and warnings on caffeine, what can we do? Well, here's my contribution. It's a little practical life tip time from Food Theory. So you ready for this one? If you
Life
take
advice
nothing
from
else away
Matt
from this
Pat.
episode, take this from someone who's absolutely not a doctor, is just a guy on the internet who offers you no medical advice whatsoever. Caffeine in a can of Coke, 34 milligrams. Caffeine in a cup of coffee, about 95 to 110 on the high end. Energy drinks, 85 milligrams per serving, but you're looking at least 160 milligrams for the entire can. So what's my personal rule of thumb here? Double digits of
I hate
milligrams,
serving
pretty
sizes.
average. 100 to 200, it's pretty high. Like, don't be doubling or tripling up on those things. Scientifically, your heart might start getting cranky. 200, 300, back away slowly, my friends, because we're entering into Panera territory. The Panera-tory. And the next time you see some sneaky caffeine working its way into a food product without anyone's knowledge, go ahead, make a car rant video. You'll be doing us all a public service.
Yeah, like
But
we need more of those.
That's just a theory of food.
Okay, thank you, Matt. I'm gonna go grab a monster. I'm feeling inspired. Dude, ugh. I don't really want to wear a toque today. I might just take it off and not care about how bad my hair looks. At some point, my hair will get long enough that I'm not bothered by it. But it's at the awkward middle stage where I have to stylize it if I want it to look decent. I got such a big fat forehead too. Nah. That looks better. Okay. Like it or not, it's time for FNAF. Now, yeah, that's why I've been wearing the toque. The toque's also for branding because it's more interesting visually, I guess. I don't really have anything else, so I don't know. I thought I'll just throw my toque on. It's got the funny bobble on the back. It's very Canadian. But, the real reason is just because I'm just not happy with my hair right now. It's at an awkward length. Okay, how much caffeine does this have? I just want to see. Where are we at? High caffeine content. Contains per can 170 milligrams of caffeine. So yeah, that's about in line with what they said on Game Theory. I think that actually inches ahead just a little bit. This is the peach tea rehab. I'm really glad I found this. This is definitely my favorite flavor of the 3 rehab flavors. I'm having this preemptively, even though I'm not that tired right now. I slept 4.5 hours last night. I'm gonna need this if I don't want to like have a nap later. Alright, I have no idea if I even have any viewers tonight because I don't have my stream open on Chrome because I closed Chrome, so... All I know is you guys, you lads in chat. So I assume we have only 3 viewers tonight, which is about right for just another Freddy Fridays. Can only do these so many times before people just don't care anymore. I don't know what it's going to be like here when it gets hot. I haven't spent a summer in this house yet. Okay, drop that down a little bit. Here. Gotta put that on. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm not putting a do-rag on. I'll be good, thanks. At that point, I just throw in a hairband. And don't care about how stupid it looks, if it's really that bad. Alright. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm back here again. Before I even get into this, I just want to say, look. I will play Undertale later tonight, but, don't expect the slog that I was predicting. If I can't beat Undyne in like half an hour, I'm probably just gonna quit playing Undertale, honestly. I don't really want to play Undertale. I thought about playing on PC, and just off stream playing Undertale on PC and getting to the point that I'm currently at on the Xbox version, and then just trying from PC. I'm like, dude, it's not worth the effort. I just don't care right now. Undertale's not planned. I've got enough games that I want to stream actively. You know? I don't want to just accidentally throw Undertale in the mix just because of a joke that I made a couple weeks ago. So screw it. I'll try Undyne again tonight just for the sake of it, but not very long. Tonight we're really just focusing on this. It's been a while since we played FNAF 3 now. It's been 2 weeks. But at some point during this 2-week period, I did watch some videos detailing the process that you follow in order to beat Aggressive Nightmare Mode. The strategies evolved and changed over the years, but currently as it stands, I think I understand kind of generally what people tend to do. But it's still kind of luck-based, and it's basically just going to be me going in over and over and over again and just hoping that one of these times it works, I guess. And it's going to require a lot of practice to really get it down. For now, let me just play a regular night in Nightmare Mode. Just because I don't even remember how to play this game, so I gotta warm up. So, I gotta remember how this works. Okay, left bumper to pull that up. Let me see, where's Mr. Man? Let me pull him to cam 9, because I'm pretty sure he just went to cam 8. Yeah, sure enough. And then we seal the vent. And now we try to pull him here. Perfect. Now we seal that vent. Okay, great. So now we don't have audio or video, so let's just reboot everything. Yeah, they're all luck-based. They are. They're just... Certain ones seem to be more reliant on luck than others. Right? If you made like a pie chart to show the percentage of luck versus the percentage of skill required to beat FNAF 3, it wouldn't be quite as bad as FNAF 2. I was gonna re-watch the ambience video before stream, but I realized I just didn't have the time because of Elgato reasons. I actually ended up deleting all of the drivers on my computer associated with Elgato, and for some reason it didn't change or affect anything, because clearly I'm streaming and we're having no problem tonight capturing Elgato. So I think that Elgato drivers are what was causing a lot of my problems with Elgato, but by deleting the drivers I didn't lose anything, so I might as well just not have the drivers, I guess, and hopefully that fixes things. We'll see. What I did find out yesterday is apparently when unplugging my Elgato from my computer while it's turned on, it blue screens my computer. So I decided to look that up to see if anyone else is having that issue, and that was a more searchable issue than the issue that I have been having. And while doing my research, I found that a lot of people that had that issue with their computer blue screening when unplugging Elgato, they also have the other issues. Wait, what? You're here? How? I found that they also had the other issues that I was having. So the solution to fixing the blue screen computer is also the same solution to fixing the other issues I have with the Elgato, theoretically. And in a Reddit thread, someone said that they uninstalled all the Elgato drivers from their computer and it fixed everything. So I decided to do that. So I haven't tested otherwise to see if anything else has been fixed, but at the very least it's hasn't hurt anything. Okay, so I think what happened there was I tried to call into Cam 10 and I just wasn't fast enough. He'd already gone and crawled into the vent that leads from Cam 9 all the way to my office, which is a very dangerous vent. But that's actually why... Oh, look at this. I didn't see I had all this. Did I see this? I feel like this is new. Did we see this? Okay, there's all the animatronics. We can play the mini games separately now, just for fun, I guess. Yeah, remind me at the end of the stream then, and I'll just try switching around my HDMI. I'll just try plugging in my Switch and see what happens. And if it works, then I guess that's a pretty good sign. Sometimes it just works anyways, though, right? It's like 80% of the time it doesn't work. So I would have to do it quite a few times to really feel like I fixed things just by uninstalling drivers. I don't understand why that would work though. Uninstalling drivers, shouldn't that just make it so it straight up doesn't work? What the heck? Okay, so... I don't know what's happening. So if you use the joystick to navigate this menu, it navigates like a normal menu. When you use the D-pad and you go up, it works normally. But when you hold down on the D-pad, it works normally. Okay, I don't know what just happened then. That was weird. Well, anyways, aggressive mode is what we're looking for. Unfortunately, I can't turn on anything else because even though aggressive mode is in the cheats menu, this is the only cheat that you can turn on that still allows you to pop achievements. So, we're turning on aggressive mode, and we're playing nightmare mode. And that's the stream. It just reverts back to Windows default drivers. I don't really know what that means though. Like, for Elgato to function, shouldn't it require Elgato drivers? I guess I just don't understand what drivers are, really. That's the bigger issue here. I just don't really understand what I'm doing on a fundamental level as I'm installing and deleting drivers. Alright. So, the strategy, as I understand it, is to lock Springtrap into a different camera. You want Springtrap to be locked into Cam 8, Which he currently is locked in, which is good. Never mind, he just left. So let's pull him back. Hello? Did I not just pull you into Cam 8? Great. Well, things are already going swimmingly. I totally forgot about Foxy. Oh, Windows just has default Elgato ones. Okay. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I think it's possible for me to do it. But tonight, it's not happening. I think I'm just too bad at this game. I think on a fundamental level, I just really struggle with this game. But for the record, the strategy is this. To attempt to keep Springtrap locked into Cam 8. That's the camera with the least amount of access to vents. And the only threat in the camera you have to worry about is the puppet. So as long as you're fast, you don't have to worry about that either. If he leaves Cam 8, you gotta find him and pull him back. So hopefully he doesn't leave Cam 8. Okay, he's in Cam 5 right now. Hopefully that worked. I don't know. Reboot all again. I suspect I'm not gonna even make it past 3 a.m. Like, we're never gonna see 4 a.m. But I'm not too fussed about that. I really just dislike this game. So I don't think it's... I don't feel compelled to sit here and grind over and over trying to beat this game mode if I think it's gonna be super hard anyways, because this game is just confusing. It's not fun. At least to me. Okay, he's already there, which is just great. No, I think he's in the office. Yeah, there he is. Whatever. So aggressive mode, for the record, what this is doing is it's making Springtrap more active. So, you know, every like, I guess on a technical level, the way the game operates is just like there's a clock, and every time the clock hits a cycle and it goes through a cycle, there's a chance that Springtrap will move, right? So on aggressive mode, he's literally just twice as likely to move every time that cycle goes around. So theoretically, Springtrap is moving around the office twice as often, which means he can get to your office twice as fast. He's more likely to leave a camera twice as often. And it's not fun to combine that with the hardest night in the game, which is night 6. I would argue, actually, it's straight up unfair. Okay, so he's in Cam 5. He just moved there from Cam 6, so we can pull him up to Cam 8. Okay, he just moved. And he just moved back. Okay, he just moved. See, he's moving like super fast now. He's like constantly moving. It's kind of ridiculous. He's already moved through like 2 cameras since we last checked. But he somehow cycled back to Cam 8 amongst all that. So I just need to get lucky and hope that if he's going to be moving around constantly, he at the very least is moving back to Cam 8 on his own at some point while I'm doing this resetting. Cool. I love that I just never think about that, ever. But ultimately, the best thing about aggressive nightmare mode that you can do for yourself is to trap Springtrap in the camera that's actually not too far from your office, because you can see where he is because you see him in the window. And that's a fascinating strategy. So, like, you know that point where he's like in the window right in front of you right here? That's him leaving Cam 2. So theoretically, if he's just outside your window, you just go like this, you play the audio in Cam 2, and then he'll leave. And you'll know that he left Cam 2 because you'll see him in the window. That's a part of the strategy, as I understand it, which is fascinating. Okay, I don't know where he is. I've already totally lost him. Cool. I love that I just never, ever, ever remember. I always forget about Foxy. Okay, yeah, he's in cam 2 right now. I think he just left it. I think I just got him to leave, which is just fantastic. Okay, there we go. So he's in cam 2 right now. So now, best thing I can do is just leave him in cam 2. And hope that I can suspend him there all night. Okay, he's in a vent. It's probably the vent that's literally right beside me. I forgot, I'm supposed to close that. A little late now.
Hello?
I saw him run by there. I'm probably dead. I don't know. I don't think this is... I don't think I'm doing this, man. I don't think there's any chance of me doing this. At least not without, like, re-watching some strategy videos, but I still don't think it's gonna help. I think fundamentally there's just too little I understand about this game. This game is just such a confusing mess. And it doesn't help that, like, I don't think you guys even understand what's happening. Like, do you guys know what you're looking at when you watch me play this game? Be honest. Like you understand conceptually some of this, I'm sure. But, like, can you say that you understand what you're looking at? Truly? Because when I watch other people play this on YouTube, trying to, like, analyze their gameplay and see if I can learn anything, I have a hard time. If they're not, like, literally explaining what they're doing. I think this game is just a confusing game. Okay, he's in cam 8. Fantastic. I don't know when that happened. I just lost the video. I don't know how, but I did see the static pop off there, so I think I just pulled him back to cam 8. I think he's good. I think he's in cam 8. Okay, get back in there. I heard him move. I don't know where he is, but it doesn't matter because I don't have audio anyway, so I gotta reset. He's in a vent, which means I'm dead. I've got no idea which vent it is, but I'm sure it's a vent that means I'm dead. Oh, there he goes. Okay, well, he's in the office now. I'm dead. Anytime he wants to kill me. There you go. Why do this? What, you mean, like, why play the game right now? On the hardest difficulty? Is that what you're asking? You know why. It's because it's the last thing left to do. It's the only thing it's between me and 100% completing this game so that I never have to think about it ever again. That's why we're doing this. I have 9 out of 10 achievements. That's why. Where is he? I think he's in cam 6. I think that's his arm. No, never mind. That's nothing. I don't know where this stupid guy is. Oh, he's actually in cam 10. Should probably seal this vent then.
Hello?
Let's pull him back into cam 10. Apparently this is risky. I don't know. Yeah, most people don't care about achievements. Don't worry. I know I'm in the minority here. Most people do not care about achievements that much. For me, in a case like this, though, it's less about the achievement itself and more just about the fact that I know and I have permanent evidence that I have not completed this game. And that's just annoying to me, knowing that there's more to do and that I didn't do it. And it just sits there, and I've got this permanent record on my profile that shows that I didn't beat the game. That's just annoying to me. I'm like, I should be better than that, you know? Great. Which vent is he in, bro? I don't know, because the cameras are out. Why the heck are you here? Why was Chica here? This is the worst. This is not fun. I wish I had a better understanding of this game, but something about I have this I have this sneaking suspicion that I actually do understand this game to the best that realistically anyone would be capable of understanding it. And that's what's sad about it, is that I already do have all the mechanics understood. And the game really is just this garbage. Where did he go? He was just there. I saw him. He was in Cam 8. And then he left Cam 8, and I called him back in, and he didn't come back. And then I checked all the surrounding cameras, and he wasn't in them either. Where the heck did he go? He just vanished. I'm really disliking this. I'll be honest with you, it's been a long time. But I might be down for some GTA 3 tonight. Tonight is one of those rare nights where I'm like, you know what? Screw this game. I don't want to do this. I gotta try a little bit longer at least. Let's see if I can make some progress. Look, he's gone. I just called him to Cam 8 and he just leaves immediately. It's hopeless. How do you do this? And it takes so long to reboot the devices. And somehow I actually pulled him back to Cam 8 after all that. I do not understand this game. It's so unpredictable. It's like while I'm opening the monitor to reset things, I hear him moving around. There, he's already gone. I don't know where he's gone. I need to seal a vent somewhere. What? What? How? What? I looked at the cameras for not even half a second. That's so garbage. That's so garbage. That's an inhuman amount of response time that you would need to leave the cameras after visually confirming that there is a threat there. That's so stupid. This is the absolute worst game in the FNAF series. It's so bad. Genuinely, Security Breach on average, I think is a funner, fairer experience than FNAF 3. And that's sad, because you guys know I don't like Security Breach that much. I like FNAF 1 better than Security Breach. I like FNAF 2 better than Security Breach. I like FNAF 5 better than Security Breach. This game I do not like better than Security Breach. This game sucks. Scott Cawthon, I am so glad, bro, that you looked at this game and said, you know what, I need to make a 4th game, because this game sucks. Scott knew this game was not that good. The game's too fuzzy to make sense of it all. Hey, you know what? That's another complaint I have about this game, is the amount of static in the cameras. And you have to spend so much time in the cameras, too, staring at the static. The static is an actual gameplay mechanic because it fuzzes out and then fuzzes back in to demonstrate that he's moved out of the camera you're monitoring. That's how reliant this game is on static. It's so annoying. I'm done, dude. I'm not playing this. This is just a waste of time. If I'm not enjoying this and you guys can't tell what's happening, what the heck are we even here for, dude? What the heck are we even here for? Okay, I closed Chrome, but I kind of have no choice now because I kind of need to open Chrome to change my stream information. I could open Edge, I guess. I'm gonna open Edge and just log into Twitch on Edge because I've got less tabs open on Edge. Shut up, bro, these ads. Oh, I'm already logged in on Twitch on here. Okay, perfect. And I'm just monitoring myself. Sick, bro.